Hello and welcome to Parkesson and another construction update regarding the Lost River ride at Flamingo Land Resort in Yorkshire. Now, I made an update on this sort of development just a few days ago, but since then I've received some exciting news and been given some special insight, and I think, well, I know what's happening basically, so it's quite exciting. You're going to want to stay for the whole video because there's quite a lot to cover here. If you're new or you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe and leave a like. Let me know your thoughts if you think, if you've got any opinions on this, let me know in the comments. I'm going to get straight into it and say that the first and most obvious change since my last visit
most of the top building
is that
has been removed.
some more
The
of the
entire
building
drop
at
has
the top
been
of the
removed
drop
now also.
has been removed.
There was a little bit of trough
as you can
next
see
to the station
visual
last time I came, but that has since been removed.
So, big question is, what's happening to it? Well, in short, it's moving. The entire ride is going to be dismantled and moved backwards, so closer to the lake, near to where Voodoo currently sits. The reason for this is that they are doing some redevelopment on the lion enclosure, which will be reducing in size to allow for a new attraction, which I'm going to talk about very shortly. But the logistics, obviously, of moving a ride like this, there's a lot that's going to have to go into it. So from what I've heard, there's no way it's going to be opening in 2024. This is going to be a spring, even summer 2025 opening, which is, the Lost River ride it's a big ride for the park. It's got high capacity, although it's the reliability of it probably makes up for that. But when it's working, it's got a good throughput, and it's all around. It was a good attraction. It took a long time. It took you around the zoo. It took you to see some animals, and it was just a well loved attraction for many years. However, things do change, and I'm sure that this will be a positive change for the park. Now, as mentioned, the lion enclosure is going to be reduced in size ever so slightly to allow for this new development. It's unconfirmed how that's going to happen, so I don't know where the reductions are going to be, if it's going to move. But I was quite proud of myself for getting the information I've got, so you'll just have to deal with it. As mentioned in the last update, for anyone who hasn't seen that, the lions have temporarily been relocated. They're currently next to the tiger enclosure. So there's a big tiger enclosure, there's a bridge in the middle, tigers are on one side, the lions are on the other. I'll showcase that in the vlog coming up in a couple of days, just from around the park. But I thought it's definitely worth making a separate video for this, and sort of for the continuity mostly of documenting the project on my YouTube channel, obviously. Now, the reason the drop's being shortened, a lot of people will be disappointed and think it'll take away from the ride. I don't think that's the case. The reason it's being shortened is to fit in with the landscape when that round where the lake is. The trees are very short over there, and obviously it's going to make a big difference to the skyline, but I don't think it's going to subtract from the ride experience as a whole. I think it's just going to become a different ride, with the same probably the same layout as it used to have, but with a sort of a different surrounding. It'll have a different feeling. Hopefully some music. I have seen sort of where the little car on the side used to be. There is some new wiring going into place there, which is interesting. It's very unusual to see that sort of thing when a ride's about to be fully removed. So that just further cements the idea that it's going to be changing and being moved as opposed to completely taken out of the park. Of course, none of this has been confirmed yet, so it is mostly still up for speculation, although what I'm saying to you now is a very viable option. The next point of discussion, which is probably the most exciting, is that they've got some new sea lions coming into the sea lion show, and quite sadly, Matteo, who has been at the park for 4 years now, is going to be moving to a different park, to a different zoo, as part of their breeding program. Now, I'm not sure what the logistics of that are. I can't remember what zoo he's going to be moving to. But they're bringing a new family of sea lions in. And to accommodate for those sea lions, they're going to build a separate sea lion enclosure in somewhere in the space where the lion pen currently is. Um, and from what they were saying, it's going to be sort of like a beach theme. So there's going to be some water, lots of sand, and that's great and all, but the thing about transporting water is it takes an awful long time to do. And with the amount of water they've removed from the drop at the end of the Lost River ride, this is going to become a very long project. Hence why I said this is a 2025 in a best case scenario opening. That's all we can really hope for at the moment. Now, as for the work taking place currently, there's a lot of like at least 3 or 4 excavators and diggers on the site of the drop. There wasn't much work going on the lift hill. The lift hill is they're yet to do work on the lift hill. The little operator's cabin at the that used to be at the bottom of the lift hill has now been completely removed as well, which is interesting because they never used it in the first place. I still don't know why it was there. But yeah, lots of interesting updates. I'm going to be back in February. February 11th, I think, is going to be my next visit. So I'll be bringing you the updates from that. And if I see anything online or maybe from I've got a few friends that work at the park. I'm sure they'll be able to send me videos and footage. But for now, it's a very exciting development, in my opinion. It'll change that area of the park completely, which is not something we've seen in a long time, and it's certainly very exciting. Now then, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think that I'm talking a load of tripe and a load of rubbish? I know I'm not allowed to swear on this channel, so those are the words you're going to get. Or do you think that, yeah, this is the case? Because I certainly think so, having spoken to the members of staff today who seemed very genuine and very sure that this was going to happen. But as I've stated, it is up for speculation still. Until it is confirmed, I cannot say that this is what's going to happen. Although it's extremely likely now at this point, having been around the park and seen all the updates, all the noticeable updates at least, regarding this project and its development. Now then, that leaves me with one thing to say. Thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe for future updates. I will put all the construction updates in a playlist on the channel if you want to check them out. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.